When he was a kid, Rick Treeworgy, like most little boys, liked to play with cars. He's not a kid anymore, but he still likes to play with cars. He likes them so much, in fact, that he had to buy a vacant Walmart store just to house his collection.
Gonna save all my money and buy GTO.
I started playing with the toys, and as soon as I could drive, we started buying and restoring these cars.
I'm gonna fire this car up.
Old cars also occupy a lot of John Cassetta's time and attention.
This is a 67 Camaro, which has been done all over, completely restored.
Treeworgy is the founder and owner of Muscle Car City in Punta Gorda. Cassetta is founder and president of Hot Chili Rods, a car club in Cape Coral. They live miles apart and may not even know each other, but what binds them together is their passion for old cars, old American cars.
We're into the old cars from the 30s up to, say, 78.
In this building, I have approximately 185 cars. My collection consists of about 240 total. We trade them in and out over time just so keeps it a little more interesting for the people coming in.
But now those once proud nameplates are parading past into the mists of time, perhaps writing the final chapter of an era that was emblematic of America's industrial might and boundless optimism. Plymouth, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, and before them 100 more. The demise, bankruptcy, sale, and restructuring of General Motors and Chrysler marked a painful coda to the nation's dominance of the automotive industry. And while the automakers may survive and even prosper, the cars they churn out will most likely never match the big-blocked, asphalt-eating, thunder-throated, high-performance muscle cars that in the 1960s began rolling off assembly lines and into the hearts and souls of a car-crazed public.
I worry about what's happened with the manufacturers now because we're reacting to what the times are.
They'll never make cars like they used to. Nowadays, there's no craftsmanship in them. Everything's stamped out and slapped together. It's all plastic.
John Cassetta's house in Cape Coral has become something of a tourist attraction. Drivers headed down Country Club Boulevard slow down, sometimes stop in front for a better look. It's not the house they're gaping at, though. It's the cars. Every Friday afternoon, Cassetta converts his 4-car garage into a kitchen. His front yard becomes a dining room, and he hosts a luncheon meeting of Hot Chili Rods.
The club was founded 2002, right? Our club members, we have 150 club members right now. And we do a lot of fundraising things for the community.
Over at Muscle Car City, Rich Treeworgy says his cars aren't just for show, they go too.
We drive everything, every car on the floor runs, is kept running. We start them every month, 6 weeks at the outside.
Treeworgy is selective in his passion. He specializes in high-performance General Motors muscle cars, Corvettes, GTOs, big block Chevys, and Oldsmobiles. But he'll make room for a few oldies but goodies.
This collection primarily is a muscle car collection. However, we've gone back as far as 1926 with our old Chevrolets, just so we have a little bit for everything. Here we got a 28 Woody wagon, into a 31 Cabriolet, which Cabriolet had roll-up windows versus a Roadster would be your 32 car. That car actually doesn't. It had side curtains instead of roll-up windows.
So as we stand here, surrounded by all this classic iron, we have to ask, which is your personal favorite?
Basically, it's probably the next one I'm going to buy in most cases. There's a lot of favorites. I'd have a hard time getting this collection down to even 100.
Collecting and building classic cars and hot rods is an expensive hobby, and apparently a hobby for the generation that came of age during the muscle car era. Cassetta says the age range for members of Hot Chili Rods is between 50 and 80.
It isn't just a hobby, it is a life for these people. It gives these people something to do. The hobby is for these older people because these are older cars.
What is it that drives seemingly normal men to spend their time, money, and energy playing with cars?
This is a 1932 Ford pickup truck, which I'm building. It's still in the process of being built.
Perhaps a chance to return to a simpler time and recapture their youth?
There's an absolute nostalgia to this. It's you finally remember those days, and these cars take you back there. As people come through the museum, nobody can walk through here no different than music. You can't walk through and look at all these different year cars and not go back to that year a couple of times. And that's a big part of what this is about.
What bothers these muscle car fanatics is that they all sense the end of an era of speed, status, and sex appeal. Their 50-year cruise may be stepping on the brake.
I don't think you'll ever see the muscle cars like we had in these days come back.
They don't make them like this anymore. They'll never make them like this again, never.
These cars will never die, but they'll disappear because of old age. And that's the only reason why they'd be lost to society, just like the owners.
Giddy up, nothing can catch her, nothing can touch my form.